about cancer. And why I'm talking about cancer is because I have had experience of taking care of patients with cancer, and also in my life I've had 2 patients with cancer. I've taken care of them. So now I'll start from the beginning that when you have illnesses and it's recurring, it is good to follow it through. The patient I had was having issues with the stomach for years, has been having constipation, diarrhea. Colonoscopy was done, and many other tests were done. We checked the stool, we did MRIs, we did many tests, blood tests, stool nothing was found. So even there's a time he had a very bad stomach ache, and they did appendicectomy. They took him for emergency. They did appendicectomy only to find that the appendix was okay. So one morning he woke up, the arm was paining, and he couldn't move it. So they removed the bone, a piece of the bone. They took it to the lab, and they found that the cancer had spread all over up to the arm. And already it had, that's called Mets, it had already spread all over the body. So he had been having it for years. And we went to India. There's something called the PET scan, which was not here in Kenya. Now they have brought it. It's in Kenyatta University. It's able to show where the cancer has spread, and so they're able to manage it better. At that time when we started our treatment, we didn't have the PET scan in Kenya, so we went to India. And he did all the 4 cycles. He did his cycles in India, and then we came back to Kenya. By that time, my mother, who also had cancer, we had lost her. So we came back to Kenya to bury my mother. And when we went back to India, after we had finished with the burial, we went back for a checkup. So when he was being checked, we discovered that now he had another cancer, and so he had again to go to theater to remove the part which was affected, and we got another round 2 of chemo, and then we came back to Kenya. So when we came back to Kenya, because it was the intestines that were removed, here at the side of the stomach, there's a bag that was put. So he was not going to the normal toilet. We had to empty the bag on the side. So we do it once after 3 days. We need to rechange it because it would get to prevent infection, and also to keep him clean. So every 2 to 3 days we'd have to change the bag. And after some few months, he was well, and he went back to theater, and then we returned the intestines. So now he's going to the toilet like any normal person. He stayed with the bag for some months, about 6 months. So right now he's good to go, and he goes to the toilet just like anybody else. And again, we continued monitoring the cancer, and sometime in December last year, we found that again it had come back, so we did radiotherapy. In all that period, he had not been on any treatment at all. We were just monitoring whether it has come back. So now we found it had come back, we did radiotherapy, and then now he's on medicine he's taking every day, and he's still good to go. Why I'm saying he's still good to go? Because he's living a normal life. He eats normal. He's not wasted. He's not having any what you'd call diarrhea, vomiting, the side effects that you expect out of the chemo drugs, or you expect. He's doing hormonal drugs. And what I'm trying to say, it is 4 years down the line. We have been on cancer treatment on and off, and he's as healthy as anybody, and he does his work. He wakes up in the morning, goes to work, comes back in the evening, leads a normal life. So why I'm doing this is to encourage anybody out there with cancer to know that there is a life, and the way you accept it is what is important. And the monitoring, accepting to go for your appointments, accepting to do your blood tests, and accepting to take your medicine, you will live. I look at cancer like diabetes. I look at cancer like high blood pressure, because you take those medicines every day. So it is the same thing that you will take those drugs every day. So all that matters is that you have somebody you can talk to, and there are groups out there, cancer groups, that if you have a question to ask, you are able to share. You meet people out there who have lived with cancer for 7 years, others 10 years, and they are good. And they are good to go. So as long as you are able to know what type of cancer, what stage you are, and your treatment. So every time you're told you have anybody you meet who tells you they have cancer, what they need to know is what type of cancer, what type of treatment. If one treatment does not work, it is not the end. There's another type of treatment, and they all are able to help you live longer and continue with your daily life. So you can change your careers, you can change your jobs, you still have a life to live, as long as you accept, as long as you keep your appointments, and as long as you're able to manage it the way you have been advised to do. Thank you.